Hello, welcome to a new video from DataValley. In this video, we'll talk about data warehouse. What is a data warehouse? And when we know that we need a data warehouse. To understand what is a data warehouse, let's imagine that we have a hybrid market. And in this hybrid market, we have different types of data. We have different types of sources. We have CRM, which has the customer information, for example, or has anything related to marketing. We have a stock database or a stock system where we see available stock for certain products. We have transactions system or transaction database where all the transactions or interactions with the customer are stored. So in this database, we have purchase operations, we have refund operations, we have all kinds of details about the transactions. We have social media data, we have social media page, and we are extracting the data from our social media pages, either on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter. We have sensors all around the place, temperature sensors. We have tool sensors. We have different kinds of sensors. We have external currency exchange data, for example, if we are dealing with multiple currencies. So these are the high-level systems or high-level sources of data that might exist in this kind of business, which is hybrid retail store. Let's say in this business we have two executives, executive A and executive B, and both of them has the requirement to know what are the revenue of our retail store this month. So executive A asked John from his team to go and connect to different source systems and extract the data that he needs to get him the revenue for our store this month. So John went to CRM data, stock and transaction, extracted the data, did some work, did some data processing, and came back with the answer. He told Executive A, our revenue this month is 1 million. Executive B in the same company asked Mike from his department to get the same KPI. We need to know the revenue for this month. So Mike went out and extracted the data from CRM, from stock, from transactions, and came back with an answer. But Mike came back with a different answer. Mike told the executive B that our revenue is 1.5 million. So who is right? Who has the correct calculations? Who has the correct formula for this KPI? We don't know because each one, Mike or John, has its own logic. He understands the word revenue in a different way. So after investigation, we found out that John understand the word revenue or understand the KPI revenue is everything except refunds. So he deducted refunds. So that's why revenue in John's report is 1 million. While Mike, on the other hand, understood that revenue is everything, including refunds. So the revenue in Mike's report is 1.5 million. Maybe that's a larger number to have 500K as a reference, but this is just to give you an idea that the same KPI is calculated differently between two departments or two people in the same company or in the same organization. So what is the problem? What is the problem actually? Do we have to do the same kind of validation or the same kind of investigation every time an executive asking for a report or asking for a KPI? Let's say both of them are reporting to the same CEO, of course. So he reported this number, and Executive A reported this number, and Executive B reported this number. As a CEO, which number I should trust? Which number I should take decisions based on it? So the problem actually that we don't have centric data. We don't have a centric place where all our KPIs or all our data is confirmed and is correctly calculated based on our organization standard. So we don't have centric data. Our KPIs calculation or our KPIs data is not organized and not centralized. We don't have standards for our KPIs. So these are the main problem, or this is the real problem for this situation. And this is where data warehouse comes into picture. The role of a data warehouse is to collect the data or integrate the data from different systems or different source systems in any organization. Of course, the sources of data will differ from one organization to another, but the role of data warehouse is to collect the data from different source systems or data sources in the organization and model it in a way that will make it easy to extract our KPIs. And since we are all extracting the data or getting our KPIs from the same place, which is the data warehouse, that means we will not have different calculations. We will not have different KPI calculations for the same question or for the same KPI because we model the data in a data warehouse in a way to serve all our KPIs from a centralized data. So using the ETL, we extract the data from different systems and load it into the data warehouse in a specific modeling way. We are not just copying the data as it is from source system. We are doing some processing, doing some transformation, and in a data warehouse, we have modeled the tables in a specific way to serve our KPIs. So now when executive A or executive B ask Mike or John to extract the data, they don't have to go and extract the data from all source systems and do their own calculations. They can directly extract the data from data warehouse tables and report the same numbers since we have centralized data and we have centralized source of KPIs. So how we solve the problem? Now we have centric store for all our organization KPIs. We have historical data because data warehouse mainly is historical. So we should have history for the data from all source systems. And we have control over our standards and KPIs. Another point related to standards. Each system can have different standards. For example, let's say country column. Let's say this retail store is multinational and we have branches all over the world. We have in USA, we have in Japan, for example. So one system can code the country as three letters. Let's say CRM is coding United States as USA and Japan as GPM. Another system is coding the transactions are coming from different countries in a different way. For example, transaction system is using United States and Japan as a full word for the country. So back to the old story, if John is creating revenue per country, he will give revenue per USA and GPM. Mike, if he's creating report per country, for example, he might generate the report per United States and Japan. So two different developers in the same organization have two different standards for the country. We solve this problem in the data warehouse that in the data warehouse we have defined standards. We have defined reference data for country and we have reference data for any kind of organization standards country, city, address, whatever it is. How we are modeling the data differently in a data warehouse. In a data warehouse, we model the data based on business process. So, for example, in this kind of business we are talking about, we have one business process, which is a user is going to a branch from our store to buy a product. As a data warehouse, how I am going to model this process? We have two types of tables in a data warehouse. We have facts, and in fact tables, we store measures, such as quantity, amount, paid, VAT, discount, and so on. So any kind of measurables, any kind of measures in this business process, we will store in fact tables. Another type of tables in data warehouse called dimensions. And in dimensions, we answer the questions of who, what, how, when, and where. In dimensions, we answer these questions related to the same business process. Who bought this information? So we need a customer dimension to have customer information. What is the product in this business process? So we have a product dimension, so we can have product information. How he paid for this product. So we have payment dimension. When we can have date dimension to tell us when. Where we have shop information or store information dimension. This is the way we model the business process in a data warehouse. In any data warehouse, you will see fact tables. You now know that fact tables hold measures or numeric measures and dimensions. Dimension has the information about this business process or about these measures. So in this video, we discussed the use case of a data warehouse, why we need a data warehouse, what is the problem that data warehouse is solving, and how we model the data in a data warehouse. For a full data warehouse course, please check the data warehouse course on our YouTube channel. Thank you and see you in the next video.